Good morning, guys. MWUSA Season 3, Episode 222, and I am leaving home nice and early this morning. If you remember, I have a meeting tonight, early meeting tonight, so I'm leaving before 6 o'clock and heading out for the day. So today's goal is going to be, I had about, 5 hours of sleep, 7 hours of travel, 5 hours of play, and then a 2 to 3 hour meeting tonight. That's my day. So starting off nice and early so we can get everything in and we can have the most time available at the tables. And right now it's 60 degrees outside. Can't tell what the sky is like, but I think it's going to be a nice day from what I'm seeing so far. And I'm excited about making money. So Wednesday's always a big day for me, always an exciting day for me. I still was not able to book the M last night. Their website is really screwy. I might try to do it over the phone. And, anyway, it'll be good to not have work on my mind as well. There is some stuff I have to do this week for work because I am on call this week. But other than that, everything is good. Our last Wednesday of freedom, so the next couple of days we'll need to figure out what to do with our week going forward so we're not missing out on a lot of money. So that's where we are right now, just heading out, and I'll be back to update you. Let's go, baby. That was a good session. Wow. That was unbelievable. Let me find my keys here. Interestingly, it started off like it was going to be a disaster. As soon as I get out of my car, I'm listening to a video, watching a video, listening to a video, whatever. And I pull in. I'm in a hurry, ready to get in. I've never been here this early before. And turn the car off, push the lock button on the door, and get out of the car and close the door, and I'm like, oh no, oh fudge. Only I didn't say fudge. No, I'm kidding. I thought I locked the keys in the car, but luckily I guess this car's got a thing where if it's actually in the ignition, I have a key, shut up, I know it's an old car, I didn't pay that much for it. If the key's in the ignition, it didn't lock it. So I was like, okay, I already dodged the big one. Let's go in there and make some money. I walk in, start walking around. I see one play right away. I sit down and lose money on it. It was like $2 a spin, and I lose like, $40 or something. Actually, in the end, I think I ended up ahead on it because the play continued. But so I think I was ahead $15 or something on there. Anyway, I don't even remember where I was. Let me think. After that, I didn't play any other things, and I was on my way out, and I checked one last machine that I didn't check when I walked in because it's normally not in range, especially not at the higher amounts. And I know someone just left here a couple hours ago who usually is very thorough, but someone must have played it after he left. So I sit down, and the play is at $6 a spin, and I'm playing it, and I have a small hit for like 100 and something, and then another small hit for like 200 and something, but I know I'm chasing the big one, and the play continues, and then I hit the big one, and let me pull up the picture here to tell you exactly what it paid out. It paid on a $6 spin $7,294.47. You think we did good this month? We had 2 jackpots that totaled $16,000 this month, bringing us to about $29,000 ahead for the month and helping put us back on track, man. Now it's back in range. Now it's a possibility, and with Vegas coming up, it's going to be awesome. So, but with this place, there's a trick that you can do to not let it show your winnings, and I was using that trick, but it doesn't work when you get a W2, and I wasn't expecting a W2, so luckily there was a problem with the actual machine with the keypad, with the computer, with the something card stuff. So luckily I got lucky on that. Although it was working for me, but it wasn't working for the guy. So they had to do some work manually to get it paid out for me. And amazingly, usually with that amount of money in these smaller casinos, they have to have a second person witness them paying you and all this stuff. And they didn't even ask me for a picture. Usually they'll ask you for a picture for an amount this big, but this guy must have been by himself paying everybody out. So it was, wow, I couldn't believe when it finally finished and I saw the exact amount. I was shocked, honestly. And I ended up leaving that casino ahead $7,058. I actually lost another $300 after that play, and ended up ahead $7,058. So what a great start to the day. I actually considered just turning around and going home. Just relax, chillax, don't even worry about anything. And right now, normally, I wouldn't even be at this casino yet if I had left at normal times. But I left so early this morning, 5:20, something like that. And no traffic, no nothing. And it's interesting, too, because I was at about 80 miles range on my car. And I was passing like the lowest fuel prices anywhere. And there's a gas station where the gas station is literally at the end of the exit ramp, and the entrance ramp to the highway is right there too. So I looked at the time. I got off the highway and back on the highway and filled up in less than 3 minutes. So and I was like, man, I hope that few minutes that I stopped there so I could save $5 or $6 didn't cost me a bunch of money because someone else got to my machines. And I guess not, because the timing was right, and the random number generator, everything worked out and lined up perfectly, and we ended up ahead $7,058. So let's go, baby, let's go. So actually, next casino I stop in, I should have actually gone to the bathroom in here and put money in my money belt, because now I've got this bulging pocket. And anyway, all right, moving on to the next casino. The sun is up. I actually published a video on YouTube a little while ago, a couple hours ago, when I was on my trip over here. And it was over an hour into my drive for the day, and it was still pitch black outside. So that's on YouTube if anyone wants to see it. If you've never seen nighttime on the highway, there you go. You're welcome. I'll be back. All right, let's go, baby. Let's go. Build it up. All right, I go in, look at slots, zero, no slots. I go to play some blackjack, one table open, it's at the end of the shoe. They would not give me a new shoe normally, so I walk away and I go look in the high limit slots area, nothing there. Come back around, and there's only one playable table right now at this place this early in the morning. It's still last night's shift that's here right now. So I go to that table, and I figure it's probably going to be 2 or 3 hands, and then the shoe's going to be over. She asked me if I'd like a new shoe, and I said sure. And she immediately did it before asking, and because they would say no to me because I'm not playing with the card. And started a new shoe and had a nice little run. And after a little while, I ended up leaving ahead $650 with a nice run at the end there, in the middle of a shoe, because it was a negative count, so plus $650 And then I went back and looked at slots again and played 2 machines. Both of them I made a little bit of money on, and ended my session ahead $55. So $55 on the slots, $650 on the blackjack. That's another 7. Remember how I said yesterday I had 2 sessions, a $7 session and a $77 session. And I said, what's the next thing? 777? Oh no, brother. It's going to be 7,777. So as of right now, I'm ahead like 7,700. and what would that be? 50, 63. So, I mean, I'm there, 77, 77 pretty much. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully we blow by 77, 77, and we move our way into the 8,000s here in a minute. We're moving on to another casino, and I don't see us playing much blackjack, although it's possible. Definitely going to be playing some slots, and it's still, the problem with this early in the morning, because I have to get home for that meeting. The problem with this early in the morning is a lot of the stuff that people found from last night is still cleaned out, and you need to get people in to play the machines to get it set up for you again. This last casino that I was at, there was a young Asian girl, Chinese girl, for sure, and she had a mask on. She's obviously just got trained by someone. She has no clue what she's doing. She's taking her time. She doesn't know how to check the machines properly. She doesn't know how to change things. So obviously she's just learning. And with people like that around, who basically, if she's like 25 years old, what's she going to earn in a day? Is she going to work in her family's restaurant or carry out or something like that? And what's she going to make? Nothing. She's working for free because she lives with her parents. Is she going to be in college, paying money to go to college and not having a job? What is she going to be doing? Did she graduate college and she's making $50,000 a year to start at a basic job, which is only like $700 a week? She could make that in a day in a casino. I mean, that's the thing, and that's also the problem. That's the upside and the downside. Upside, you can make money. The downside is you can make money, and it causes too many people to be there. So, and that's why a lot of Asian people wear masks, and a lot of non-Asian people wear masks to make themselves less recognizable, so it's harder to back them off of even slots. So anyway, personally, I think the best way to play slots is with a card and showing losses every month, and then you have very little worry about it. Now, this is coming from a guy who just showed this big machine that I just hit and the $8,000 hit I had earlier this month were both at the same casino. So definitely not going to be in the negatives at that casino for the month. But overall, I generally show losses on slots every month at most of the casinos that I play. So anyway, moving on to the next place, and I'll be back. Don't turn around, uh-oh. All right, man, I am back. Is my car? All right. Well, as I thought, no blackjack. Get out of here, no blackjack. And so there was two blackjack tables, both 8 deck, both hit 17, and both completely full. So no opportunity there for blackjack. I did find one slot machine only, and I played that one through. That was at $3 a spin, and interestingly enough, about 2 seconds after I hit that one, a guy came by checking the machine. And I said, "You're about 2 minutes late," and I walked away. I don't think he heard me, but so timing is everything, man. Even in blackjack, timing is everything. You never know. So at this point, I'm kind of in a bind here because shifts haven't changed, and once they do change, it might be a little bit too late for a lot of what I want to do. And then there's one casino here that's off the table right now until this afternoon, which would be too late, so I can't play that. And then I need to decide what to do from here. So actually, I'm gonna shut this down for a second. Oh, I wanted real quick before I do, the casino before this that I played blackjack at, I had a nice sandwich there. I'm not a big breakfast guy. I'm not for all the greasy stuff, but they had a egg BLT. Oh, that was so good. That was good, and it was all comped. So I mean, you're not paying for it, and it's delicious. You can't beat it. So anyway, I'll be back. All right, guys, I am back. I am gonna stop and get some stuff from this grocery store, and we're going to move on to another casino. There's nothing in the area that's going to be worthwhile right now, so we're going to move on to another area and see if we can get another session of blackjack and then another session of slots in. It's been a good day, but like I said early, it's going to be a short day due to an early meeting, and it actually didn't help things that I left. Well, it helped that I left early because I won that big jackpot, but other than that, blackjack wise, I'm not really getting any extra opportunity because of it. So I'm stopping here, and I'll be back to update you. All right, guys, I am back. All right, so I go into this place. We got a little car back up here in the VIP parking. There we go. So I go in there, and there is nothing going on in there. I had some free food, and other than that, there was nothing. And interestingly enough, I'm walking around looking at things, and then I see a friend of mine. Well, okay, so I see this older man, and he's at a machine. He's out of money. It's a little over $1 a spin. He's got 30 cents left, and he doesn't have any more money. He's sitting there. I almost went up to him and asked him if he wanted to split the play, because there was a play on the screen. And then I came back around. I was going to talk to him, and there were 3 ladies talking to him. And I'm like, well, they're probably going to give him money. Everything's cool. So I leave, and I come back, and I had seen a friend of mine in the back area, and I told him about what I saw, and he's like, well, we can go talk to the guy, see if it's still there. So we walk up to the front, and by the time we got there, another Advantage player was already on it, and I think he made maybe $30 or something like that on there, but I should have been a little bit more direct. But it's hard to do when there's 4 people standing there. It's hard to imagine that none of them have any money to put in the machine, and in fact, he left the 30 cents there, and when the other AP came, he had printed out that voucher and left it there. But while I was there, we were talking about another play that was borderline, but it was at $8 a spin, and I just couldn't see myself making that play at $8 on that machine, because it's just the variance is so huge on that machine. The upside is a lot lower than the downside, and it wasn't worth it to me. And as I was talking to a friend of mine about it, there's a guy sitting to my right. He's got a hat on, like a brown shirt, I think. He's got blonde hair, like long blonde ponytail down the bottom of his back. And I tried to say something to him, but he just wanted to be an ass. And I could tell he was an Advantage player. And if that's you, email me, and don't be an ass. Talk to people. Obviously, you knew what I was doing. We ran into each other like 6 times, and you don't want to talk? I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong here, but, you know, that's just my personality. I talk to everybody, and if I know what you're doing, we can chat about stuff, learn from each other a little bit. So anyway, when I left, I saw the blonde-haired guy, my friend, and another guy looking at the same machine still, trying to decide if they wanted to play it, and I don't think any of them were actually going to make the move and play it. So, does my car sound quieter? I don't know if it does or not. I think it still sounds loud. I'm starting to think more now that it was just wear on the tires, because I feel like it's getting less loud as time is going on. I mean, I put so many miles on this thing. Even the new tires, they must have a ton of miles on them. My oil change thing was supposed to be 3 months or something, 3,000 miles or something, and I am over it by 15,000 miles in a month and in 2 months. So anyway, I ended up leaving there after playing one machine for 1 minute. I left ahead $3, but you know, I kind of feel like I did a bad job with spacing everything out today. Obviously, I wanted to err on the safe side and be able to make my meeting in time. I'm actually going to end up in town about an hour before my meeting, which is good because I have to go home and get a laptop and get to the meeting, so that's all okay. but I kind of feel like I wasted some time there. And other than the big hit, it was an average day, not a great day, and I only got one session of blackjack in, which is horrible. So what are you gonna do? Anyway, right now I am heading toward home. I'm gonna give M Casino a call right now, see if I can get that booked. I'm gonna call Coach first and see if he wants that room and get that set up for him, and I'll be back with you. All right, guys, so everything is confirmed for the M. I got 3 rooms. I think that's plenty, and so all set for Vegas. I got the flight, everything's in order. All I got to do is show up now. So I'm actually going to be getting to Vegas early in the morning on the 17th. I won't be able to check in till about noonish or so, because I'm a higher level. I can check in like 4 hours early, and then I will be leaving on the 20th in the morning, so that I can get back to town for a meeting that evening. So everything is all set. I'm excited about it, and yeah, that's it. So right now, just to give you an update, it's 79 degrees outside, beautiful day, light clouds outside, nice sun, and just heading toward home right now. And I'm going to be back with some mail questions here, email questions. I'll be back. All right, guys, I am back. So I had a couple questions in Mailbag that are related to each other. One of them is, tell us a little bit about your specific job, what you do. And there's another one that says, what kind of jobs in IT would let you stay at home or work from home to have more time to work and to play in casinos or work in casinos, and how long does it take to get a degree or a certificate in those? So a couple different questions there. Number one, my title is global security and also security architect, and that means that I understand how security works in IT and how to protect people's information and how to keep people out of systems and what to do if people get into systems and things like that. So my specific job is to scan the network for a company that I work for and to find vulnerabilities, and then to assign those vulnerabilities to people and keep up with what's going on with those different vulnerabilities, and stay within certain time frames to stay compliant with the federal government, because some of the things that we do are related to the federal government, which would include the office of the president. So that's what I do there. I'm also in charge of penetration testing for our company, and a couple other smaller things. But that's basically what my job is. With a job like that, you really don't need to be in the office, but our company has what they call a work-life, or a balance, and that means that you have to be in the office 3 days a week and at home 2 days a week. But I mean, you could be in the office 5 days a week if you wanted to. So my whole thing was, I had good enough excuses that I was able to get 2 days a week. That's going to change to 3 days a week, and so that's the struggle that I'm going through right now. Is I can't go full-time pro because I want to make more money than that, and I can't be in the office those 3 days because I will lose a quarter of my income, because that's a quarter of my work week. So trying to figure out a good balance, whether that might be traveling, going on a week-long trip a month, a couple weekends a month, or what I'm going to do. So that's what's up with my job and all that. As far as IT jobs that don't require a lot of work, and you can work from home, there's a lot of different things that you can do. Some of the easiest things, depending on how your mind works, how your brain works, is some kind of a programming job, which has gotten easier and easier right now with ChatGPT, with other AI things, and also with other software where you can actually just clip certain things, pieces of code. You want a calculator added to your app, you clip the calculator code and just pop it right into your app, and it makes it a lot easier. So it's a lot easier than it used to be years ago when I learned some of that stuff in school and had to create it all myself. One of the biggest and most higher paying positions is going to be in crypto, in settling contracts and creating all kinds of contracts and things in crypto, in trading crypto, in programming crypto stuff. That is huge right now, and you could actually, if you really put your mind to it and you were excited about it and interested in it and worked hard at it, you could do something like that in 6 months or less, and that could pay you $200,000 to $300,000 a year with just 6 months education. Obviously, it's something that you really need to work hard at and really fully understand the concepts and do well in it, but that's one thing you could do. A lot of IT jobs, including some lower level jobs you could do from home, but that's more of like tech support type thing. And tech support, you're probably going to be nailed down by the clock. You're going to be recorded, your times are going to be recorded, and things like that. So the higher level IT positions, security, primarily is what I went into. Or if you do some kind of programming on your own, app development, programming, crypto on your own. Now, I've even heard of a lot of people doing that stuff on their own as contractors, and then actually contracting those out to Indonesia, China, Singapore, India, and having them do the work, and then giving it to you, and then you turn it in and make the difference. In that way, you can actually be working for 2 or 3 companies and actually make the salary or the hourly for those 2 or 3 companies while doing very little work. But you basically become a project manager. You're responsible for the work getting done. So you need to make sure that you have a dependable team or dependable company that you're working with in Indonesia or wherever you're working, so that you can get your projects in on time and make money on time. So hopefully that makes a lot of sense. IT is not very hard if you understand the basic concepts of your computer, and then you do a little bit of A+ training, maybe some N+ or S+, which is network or security plus, and the plus N is now I think it's called plus networking. Anyway, they all have CE associated with them, which is continuing education. If you do those basic low-level things, you could probably get a job in security. And I'm not telling you to deceive anyone or anything, but I think if you work a couple of years in security at a low level, you could probably tell someone you've been doing it for a lot longer and get away with it pretty easily, because the concepts really are not that hard once you understand traffic and how traffic works in the layers of networking. And if you understand security and how information travels, then it's very easy to get a job in one of those positions and make a lot of money and have freedom to work from home. So I've just lucked out with my position so far. They're tightening up a little bit on me, so I don't know how long that luck is going to last, but it'll eventually get to the point, I'm sure, where I'll have to make a decision, and I'll probably give up the job because of necessity, because I'll have no more room to be able to do my side job, which is really where I make my most money, which is gambling. So hopefully that's helpful to you, and it's something that's interesting to you. I'll be back. All right, guys, I'm in the home stretch here. I got about 25 miles till I get home, and today was an okay day, kind of a weird day, weird schedule, unusual. Only got one blackjack session in, but still ended up doing great for the day. Tomorrow's going to be more of a normal day. It's going to be a longer day. I'm going to leave on time and probably stay out a little bit later. Same with Friday. And then next week will be a whole new thing. What did you eat today, MW? Well, it's funny you asked, because this morning I was at a casino and I thought it was too early to order from that casino. But it turns out they had a breakfast menu, which I'm not used to. I'm not a big breakfast guy, just because it's usually so greasy and stuff. But they had this EBLT, egg, bacon, lettuce, tomato sandwich, and it was actually pretty good. It was a little bit greasy. That's the downside. But other than that, nice thick bacon, crispy, very good. And I'd give it a, well, I was going to say a jack, but now I'm going to say a 10 on a scale of 2 through ace. And then this afternoon I had some more chicken strip things. I know they're terrible, but I guess they're supposed to be a little bit better than burgers. I'm not really that convinced about that, but still fine-tuning some kind of method to be able to take food with me. The problem becomes, what do you do with all your free food that you get? I get hundreds and hundreds of dollars in free food, and that's only my slot play, which is like not even 10% or 5% of the money that I risk every day. And it's like, what do you do with that? Do you just buy drinks and sell them? I don't know. But those chicken strips, I would say they're getting worse. They were a little bit overcooked and a little bit hard because they were overcooked. And I give them a 8 or a 7 on a scale of 2 through ace. And what did you tip today, MW? And that's interesting that you asked me on today of all days, because as you know, I had a $7,000 plus slot win on one W2, one pull over $7,000. And of course, you get a W2, the guy comes around and all that. And I tipped $20. $20, I think, is plenty. I mean, what does the guy want to do? Split it with me? I mean, come on. So $20 tip today on that. And really, what else is there? Actually, when I went into the second casino today, one of the waitresses that comes and talks to me sometimes walked up to me and was going to give me a water. And I said, you know what? I'm okay right now. I'll catch up with you later. It was kind of cold outside still, and I really didn't want a cold water at that point, and I really didn't want to tip, so, you know, I'm cheap, so that's what's going on there. And like I said, right now, heading home, and we're going to wrap it up for today. We'll see you tomorrow. If you have any questions or comments, emails, whatever, my email is mwusa21@gmail.com, mwusa21@gmail.com. See you next time.